Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Nay and I make videos on study abroad, education and life in the US in general. So today's video, I am going to be talking about, as you guys see the title, I am going to be talking about buying a car in the US as an international student. You guys can actually see, like, I'm inside my car right now, so that's for the effects for the video. So this is actually my very first car. I've lived in the US for a while, but I've never had a car before this. So if you're an international student, or maybe you're just coming and you want to know the process of buying a car in the US as an international student, then keep watching this video. So the first step to buying a car, like before you can even go and say you're getting a car, the first thing you have to do is you have to have your license, right? And before you have your license, you have to get what is called a permit, a learner's permit, before you can even get your license. So the first step to buy a car is to get your learner's permit. Now, what's entailed in your learner's permit? To get your learner's permit, go to the DMV website of the state you're in. So I'm currently in Georgia. I would go to, I think it's dds.gov, which is the DMV website. I would go there and you get all the documents. You look there, it's going to tell you the list of the documents that you need to be able to get your learner's permit, right? And then you go and you take the written test. So the test goes over the things you're supposed to do as a driver, things you're supposed to know, the road signs and everything. You learn it. So for Georgia, the passing percentage for learner's permit is 70%. So you go, you book a time and you take the test. After passing the written test, then you get your learner's permit. But also, I forgot to say this, before you can actually take the written test, they have to also check for your eyes, right? So that they have to check to see that you can actually see well. So for me, even though I don't wear glasses to do other things, to drive, I actually have to wear my glasses to drive. After you pass the written test, then you get your learner's permit. Then after that, you start practicing to learn how to drive. Now, of course, if you were born here, your parents are here or something, it's easier because your parents can teach you how to drive. Your siblings can teach you how to drive. For me, I didn't really have anyone to teach me, so I had to go do an actual driving class, and those are very expensive because they're about $150 to $200 per lesson. So I took that, and after that I went for my road test. So now after you have your learner's permit, you then have to take your road test. The road test is the one you actually drive, and the test person is there in the car with you, checking your every move and making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do, and they either pass you or fail you. So I just took and I got my license, right? Now after that, then you can go get your car. Now, the process of car getting, you have to decide two things. Are you going to get a new car or are you going to get a used car? Because there are different requirements for both. Now, if you're going to get a used car, are you going to get it in the dealership or are you going to get it from someone you know or something, right? If you're going to get a used car in the dealership, the process is different. There are pros and cons to getting a car in the dealership. If you're getting a car in the dealership, the pro is that you can pay installments, right? You can pay for instance, $200 per month, and that's fine and good. But if not, if you're not getting your car from a dealership, most times those people, if you're getting your car from someone, for my friends that I know, they got accidental cars. So you can also get accidental cars and then you fix it up. If you're getting accidental cars, if it's a car that is $20K, it might be worth 12 or 13K because the car has been in an accident, which makes it very cheap. But the thing is, that 12K, you are going to bring everything out when you want to buy that car. So if you're buying accidented cars, then of course, make sure you have saved up all the money required. Make sure you know what you want to buy. If you want to buy a Toyota Camry 2016 or 2017, you know how much it costs. Make sure you have all the money if you're going to buy an accidental car. Now, my process, I actually went into the dealership. Actually, let me tell you guys, my car is new, never driven. New car, 0 miles, it was new, it's terrible, if that makes sense. Nigerians will know what I'm talking about. I didn't really want to go through process of having a car that had a mileage and maybe something bad would happen, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know anything much about cars. So I just wanted a stress-free life for at least 2 years or 3 years using the car. Before then they will say, oh, something this and that has happened to the car, right? So this is the process that I went through. I stepped into the dealership and they asked me what I wanted. Of course, before you go to buy a car, you would know what you want to buy, right? Me, I wanted a Toyota. Of course, you have to know the type of Toyota to buy. I was actually thinking between Toyota Camry and Corolla, but Camry was more expensive and I was like, Corolla it is. because Corolla is kind of like a beginner friendly, fuel friendly car. So it's a good car for me because, like I said, I actually just got like my actual license. I have my permit, like I've had my permit for a long time, but just getting my license itself, I actually just got it not long ago. But anyway, so I knew I wanted to get a Toyota Corolla. Now you also have to know the year you want to get. Like, you have to know, do you want to get a 2017, a 2018? Personally, I was actually thinking between like a 2018 to a 2020 Toyota Corolla, because that was kind of like the budget that I had. But anyway, I'll tell you guys what happened. So you have to know now the Toyota Corolla, you have to know, is it gonna be like the LE, like that's the luxury edition? Is it gonna be the SE, that's the, I think it's the sedan edition, and then there's the XLE, and then there's the, I think it's L alone. Yeah. So you're also gonna know like the particular one you want to get, because if you don't know and you're going to a dealership, like I said, I bought mine from a dealership. Those people, they'll mess with your head because they are marketing people, and they know, they'll tell you, oh yeah, this one is not that much expensive, it's just 1K extra. Like they would beef it up in such a way that you're like, oh yeah, maybe this one is better. But I wanted to get between like a 2018 to a 2020. So, and I kind of knew what I wanted to get. So when we went in there, I told him what I wanted to get. They didn't really have what I wanted, like the exact thing I wanted. So then the manager then came to me and asked me, like, and this is also something that you should do, right? You should know the price of the car you want to get. Like, you should know the manufacturer like recommended price. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's MSRP or so, something like that. The manufacturer recommended price, right? So you should know how much it is, so you don't go there and these people, like, they mess you up. So the manager came to me and he asked me, okay, how much are you willing to pay per month for this car? And I told him, it's a new car. I know that. I know how much, like I know how much is the retail price right now. The amount I can pay right now for this car is $400. And when I say 400, I mean 400. I don't mean 499.99, because, you know, that's also something else they do in this US. Like, you say 400 and they give you like 499.99, which is literally like $500, right? So I told them, when I say 400, I mean 399.99, like 400. And he said, okay. He then went and he asked me if he could run my credit. Now, this is something you should remember. When you're going to buy a car, make sure you have a good credit. Make sure you have like a good credit history. I've been building my credit ever since I got into this country. I think I got my credit card like the second year I was in this country. So my credit score was good, right? So, but the thing is, when they run your credit, it's going to pull up in your credit history that a lender has reported that they run your credits, which brings your credit score down at least by 5 points. And like, it shows that, like, you know, you want to buy a car. Like, it actually shows that you need money to get the car, if that makes sense. So he asked if he could run my credits. I told him no. First, before you do that, show me, like, you know, how much the car is. Show me how much it is gonna be, like how much you expect it to be. I know, like, you have to run my credits to check for everything, but show me. Now the thing is, we buying a car also. Since you're going to the dealership, that's why I said you have to know if you're buying from the dealership, or if you're buying like an accidental car, or if you're buying like from a friend, or like paying the whole thing, right? Because if you're buying from a dealership, right, the car could say like $24,000, and you think you're paying $24,000, but the bank is gonna put in their interest rates. And the bank interest rate is usually around 6%. They gave me $599 for mine. They had like a discount that was 2.99, but the 2.99 is if you already have a car loan before. This is my first time of buying a car, so I want you guys, like, I'm trying to give you guys this so that you know all of these things before you actually go in to buy the car, right? So if you're going to a dealership, the car, like I said, could be $24,000, but by the time they put in the $24,000, they put in like your down payment, they put in like the taxes, they put in, I can't remember, there's something else they put in, and then they put in like the bank, because the bank puts in their rates. It's going to be at least 10K, between 8 to 10K more, right? It's going to be from like $24,000 to like $33,000, right? So that's also something else that you should consider. And then if you say you're going to pay, like for me, you're going to pay like $400 per month, right? It's gonna be like $400 depending. You have to also check how many years it's gonna take, because Usually it's around like 5 years, but now they're even having up to 6 years, right? I think I even saw in the dealership there was like up to 7 years, if I'm not mistaken, right? So you also have to know, because if you say, oh, you only want to pay $400 per month, $400 per month for how long? Right? So that's also something else that you should bear in mind. So you have to do all of these calculations before you even come to the dealership, because if you don't, those people, they're going to mess you up. Like, I'm not even playing. Like, these marketers, they are going to push you and push you and push you and mess you up. Like, in your head, you're like, oh, well, it's only 15K. By the time they add everything up, that 15K is 25K. They'll tell you, oh, you're only paying $300 per month. Check the $300. Maybe you think you're only paying $300 per month for 4 years. It might be $300 per month for 6 years, right? So the thing is, even though they tell you, oh, you can actually pay this certain amount per month, there's a way they calculated that it comes to, like, they still get their money back. So what I'm trying to say is, even before you get there, make sure you do all of your calculations. So like I said, the things that are required to get a car: your license, make sure you have a good credit score, make sure you have a down payment. So I had a down payment for this car, which I paid, and then which he calculated into it, calculated the bank interest rates. And at this point, I told him, yeah, you could run my credit. So he ran everything, and then he gave me the actual number. So the thing is, the lower the number of years you want to pay your car loan for, the higher the amount you pay. So for instance, if you want to finish your car loan in 4 years, instead of 400, it's probably going to be like maybe 500 that you pay, right? If you want to finish it in like 6 years, instead of 500, you're probably going to be paying like maybe 400, right? But the thing is, the longer the years, right? Like, if instead of 4 years, you want to finish your car loan in 6 years, the higher the interest rate. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. So you have to actually calculate these things and know what it is exactly that you want. Now, like I said, I bought a new car, right? After you buy the car, since my car is new, it required an insurance. Like, I couldn't actually, like, I bought the car on a Saturday. I couldn't drive the car out of the dealership because I needed to get an insurance, right? So at the dealership, they of course told me that they had a partnership thing with Geico. And this is also where things get more expensive, because in your head you're like, oh, you're only paying like $400 in a month, or like $450 in a month. No, because you still have to pay insurance. Now, the insurance for my car is actually very expensive. I'm not going to say the price because everyone is going to be like, oh, why are you paying that much? Trust me, I am cheap. And I have looked and looked and looked, like, that insurance. Anyway, the insurance for my car is very expensive, but these are the reasons why it's expensive. One, I am a new driver, right? So I don't even have any driving history. Basically, they are giving me the car, and in their head is like, one, I am a new driver, and two, I am financing the car. So remember how I told you guys I paid a down payment. After paying the down payment, the rest of the car is financed. So for instance, I'm paying 33K for this car, right? And I paid a down payment of 3K. The rest of the 30K, they're going to spread it within like either 4, 5, 6 years, depending on what the person chooses. And that's what I'm going to be paying, right? Now, that means that the car is not totally mine. This is kind of like how mortgage works, if you guys know how mortgage works. That means the car is not totally mine. Since you're a new driver, that's like more risk for them, because remember, the bank is the one that is giving you the loan to finance the car. So that's where the insurance comes in. The insurance, they check like, they check like if you're married, they check like a couple of things. But the main two things are like if you're financing your car. If you're financing your car, that means that car is not totally yours. Like, that car is still owned by the bank. If, say, tomorrow you cannot pay for the car, they will repossess the car. The car is going to be gone from you. But yeah, so that's the way this country works. So the second thing also they check is like if you're a new driver. So if you're a new driver, you're a higher risk. So that means the higher the insurance. And that's why like my insurance is also so expensive. So that's also something else that you should check. If you're buying a new car that is financed, they require comprehensive insurance. So that's kind of like the insurance that covers like for both the liability and, so basically if you hit someone, it covers for if you hit someone and for yourself too, right? So again, like I said, that's because you're a greater risk. You haven't really, like, the car is new, you financed it and all of that, right? So that's why the insurance is higher. So now, how do you bring your insurance lower? Now, for Geico, the first thing that I did was, I asked them, I told them, see, because when they told me the amount, I was like, wait, what? This is almost the same thing I'm paying for the car. I cannot pay this for insurance. So I asked them if they had like discounts and all of that. And they told me to download they had this safe driving app. So basically you download the app tracks your movement, tracks when you get in the car, tracks your driving. So actually right now, if I'm driving and I am above the speed limit, the app tracks it and like, you know, tells me, hey, like you're not being a good driver, you're above the speed limit. So I downloaded that. And then the second thing I did was I did the defensive driving course, which actually that course is a really good course, I'm not gonna lie, because it also helped me in like some, like even though I had already gotten my license, it still kind of like helped me in some of the things that I'm doing as a driver. So those were the two things that kind of like brought my insurance down. Another thing you can do is if you kind of like have a family in the US here, you can get on their insurance, right? If you have a family that can add you to their insurance, you can get on their insurance. It's going to reduce the cost for you. So that's also something. If you can add your insurance to like someone that has a good driving history already, it helps to reduce your insurance. Anyway, in summary, if you're buying a car, you have to know like the pros and cons of each. Like you have to know, like I said, the pros and cons if you're going to get from a dealership or from an accidental like car or from like a friend, right? If you're getting from a dealership, of course, it's going to be more expensive because they add like all of their money and everything. If you're getting from like an accidental car from like a friend, you most probably will have to pay the whole price there, right? If the car is like 15K, at least probably you have to pay like 10K, right? Also, if you're getting like a new car or like a used car, right? If you're getting a new car, the low is gonna have like a lower interest rate. If you're getting a used car, it's gonna have a higher interest rate, right? If you're getting a used car, of course, it has like more mileages. So, I mean, there could be something wrong with a car. If you're getting a new car, you know it's new, but like it's more expensive, right? If you're getting a new car, you're gonna have to get the comprehensive. If you're getting a new car that is financed, you're gonna have to get the comprehensive insurance, which is more expensive than the liability only. Because me, I wanted to get a liability only, but they said no, since my car was financed and it's new. So if you're getting a used car, I believe if you've paid everything for the car, like if you're not financing it, I think you can be able to get liability, because all my friends that got like used cars, they're all like doing liability only insurance. But anyway, that's kind of it. If you guys have more questions, just, you know, drop it down in the comment section and I'm gonna have to answer as much as I can. I try to cover everything, like every question that I knew you guys would have. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and let me know what kind of videos you like to see, and I'll see you guys next time. So I am sitting and waiting. Guys, let me tell you, this whole thing is totally, I brought my camera, right? I was supposed to do the whole recording process for you guys, but I forgot. Like, I don't know how I forgot, but anyway, it's done. So I'm currently at the car dealer. I've actually done the test drive for the car. It's a Toyota Corolla. I like it. Like, I actually like it. It's like sleek and sweet and nice. But anyway, this is how the place looks. I don't know if I'm going to buy the car. I really wish they can be able to get it. Like, what I have is 400 per month payment. I hope they can be able to do that, but I don't know. This is my salesperson. He's coming. Please tell me. No. Wait, were you able to? Wait, what happened? What did you take off?
Wow, he gave you this.
What did you take off? That's not what he showed me. So were you, wait. I'm trying to understand what happened.
I discounted the vehicle to help get you there.
He gave you a $2,500 discount.
I thought you said you don't negotiate. No, come, tell me what you said. You say you don't negotiate on new cars. I tried to negotiate with you and you said no.
He got the right person.
Well, yeah, guys, I'm really happy because this is what I wanted. So, yeah,
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
He gave me another $1,000 and he gave you $2,500.
But you told me you can discount on.
I don't.
No, I gotta show.
Promise.
He told me. Wait, what is this? He told me that you can discount on new vehicles. That's what you told me.
Correct.
So how come I'm getting this?
He's trying to help you out.
So
He's
this
the
is
manager.
for. Okay, he's the manager. I see, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, guys, we are gonna go home with this car. Guys, this is amazing because 400. That's not what I thought I was gonna get. So this is really good. But yeah, I already took the car for a test drive. I'm so sorry because I was gonna video for you guys, but I forgot. But I guess when we're driving back home, we're gonna have to show you guys. But yeah, anyway, that's it for now. Anyway, so guys, for this part of the video, I already got the car. Like, I had already done everything with the salespeople. So this is like the finance manager, and for this part, like, all I did was signing and signing. This is where like they give you the VIN, they tell you like everything that comes with a car, to tell you the things that are insured. So just basically give you a lot of information. So in this, they actually asked me if I wanted some kind of it was like a kind of coverage. I can't remember what it's called again, and I realized that I actually wanted it. So that kind of brought my car to 450. It could have been at like 427, but I actually wanted that, so I added it. But everything here was just signing and signing and signing, as you guys can see. And this is where I made a down payment, and yeah, that's it.